So I want to thank Congresswoman Pressley, Congressman McGovern, and Mayor Wu for being here today. We invited you here to talk about the challenges of affordable, healthy food, and we appreciate the efforts of all of you and the offices that you work in trying to address this challenge. So I'm going to say a few words, and then we'd love to have comments from the three of you. Daily Table is an incredibly unique solution, and one of the things we've done is reached people that have never been reached. The emergency food system has been around for decades, and it's critical, but we know that 40% of people who qualify for food pantries choose not to use them. There is a stigma associated, and they don't want that stigma, and they also want agency. They want to be able to shop for themselves, buy food for their families. Daily Table has created a solution that doesn't set up a separate area to say, I'm low income and I need your help. It equalizes the shopping experience. Anybody can shop here. It says to those 40% of people who really have continued to shop, they wouldn't go to a food pantry, they'll buy food. And the sad part is, they haven't been given the choice. They want agency, but they've not been given the choice to buy healthy food. Without Daily Table, it is not affordable. Somebody on a low income, somebody on SNAP cannot buy fruits and vegetables throughout the month. It's simply not affordable. So although they want choice, they are not being given the choice. Daily Table comes in and gives everybody choice. I shop there, anybody can shop there. We don't know what anybody's income, we don't care. We think everybody should be able to purchase healthy food for their families, pick what they want. So that's one of the things that we've done. Additionally, we're supporting the folks that do use food pantries. As many people know, at the end of a month, food pantries get swamped. People run out of their SNAP dollars and they need additional assistance. Especially when we have Double Up Food Bucks in action, half off of produce, people don't run out of their SNAP dollars. They can shop at Daily Table throughout the entire month. They can buy fruits and vegetables every day, and they are not then forced to go to a food pantry for additional assistance. So this organization is not only helping people who have not been helped, we are lifting a load off of the emergency food system and helping it be more of an emergency food system and not a daily necessity. The second thing that Daily Table is incredibly unique at is we leverage existing systems. So SNAP, as I understand it, is one of the most effective federal subsidies to address hunger. It's been incredible. And Daily Table takes that so much further. We come in and we take something that exists and we, particularly with Double Food Bucks, we let it go twice as far on already extremely low cost food. We take advantage of SNAP and we offer healthy meals. So we're taking advantage of the way the world works today. People want to shop for their food, they want to pick what they want, and we want to take advantage of systems out there. And it's an incredibly unique solution. Today we're serving about 12,000 families weekly, and 1/4 of those are SNAP. So that's about 3,000 families. And in addition, as we know, if you don't qualify for SNAP, if you're just above that line, it is incredibly difficult to afford food. It doesn't mean you're all set. And so we are supporting those folks as well. I would now like to take the honor of introducing Mayor Wu. We have had your support in the past in supporting our Double Up Food Bucks program, and your work in fighting food insecurity across the city has been incredible, so we are grateful for what you're doing for the city and for your support of Daily Table.
Thank you so much, Sasha. Thank you, Doug, and to the entire team here. And just really grateful to everyone who's taking the time. Our incredible delegation, particularly our Congresswoman, who always shows up and fights for our residents on all the issues that matter. And we're very excited also to welcome Congressman McGovern, who had just hosted me recently in his district when we were highlighting how now 15% of Boston Public School meals ingredients come from locally sourced farms. We're going to double that number in the next couple years. And so we were visiting a farm in his district that was supplying all the fresh food that our students have. And hello to all the shoppers who are here today. Thank you for letting us be in the produce section. I just wanted to say thank you. You know, not only is this continuing to be a time of such stress on families and just trying to make ends meet and all the different hard conversations that are happening around the table, but it's a time when more and more of us are realizing how important nutrition and these healthy choices are in the long run for our kids and for everything that we worry about in terms of health and well-being and care. I'm certainly thinking a lot about what I eat, and it's hard because you don't have the time, you don't have, it costs so much more, and the coordination can just become such an additional weight on your shoulders. So I'm very grateful to Daily Table for making that weight a little bit lighter for so many of our families. I'm here with members of our team, so City of Boston, thank you. It's a wide range of team members, whether Aliza from our Office of Food Justice or Boston Public Health Commission, Office of the Cabinet for Economic Opportunity and Inclusion, and our small business offices. We want to be here to support. We know that the 3 Daily Table locations in Boston, here in Roxbury, in Dorchester, and Mattapan, are the lifeblood for so many of the residents in our city. And since 2018, when the Double Up Food Bucks program has been in effect, Aliza will correct me if I get this number wrong, $780,000 saved for residents through being able to have produce half off, making those healthy choices. That funding is possible through the Gus Schumacher Health and Nutrition Incentives Program and other programs that not only has Congressman McGovern fought for and helped create, but our entire delegation continues to fund every single year. And so we're so thankful that with everything happening in DC, all of the basic necessities that are, it sort of seems like, up on the chopping block, that they've been able to deliver and make sure that the things that are most important to our residents continue to be there, and that they're fighting very hard to preserve them. So we want to continue to support everything that's happening at Daily Table. We're trying our best to expand access all across the city. Double Up Food Bucks has been at more than 20 farmers markets over the summer as well. We're also taking steps at the city level in response to feedback from families that we've started to offer meals when school is out of session for the summer. There are meals available at community centers and libraries and other locations that we know are right in our neighborhoods, and that's kind of following the model that you all have set up here of giving as much agency and options and dignity to all of our residents in the most important thing of keeping their families fed, healthy, and sustained. So thank you so much for having us. Should I pass it on to? Okay, so now we'll pass it on to our Congresswoman Ayanna Pressley.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Madam Mayor, thank you, Mayor Wu, for your commitment to all things food justice and making sure that our food systems from A to Z, that you're just intentional in making sure that we're building an ecosystem where everyone can thrive. And it is such an honor that Boston is in the Massachusetts 7th, and we boast so many incredible assets like Daily Table. I have to say this, and as soon as we're done with this, I will be getting my cart because I'm a shopper, okay? So, and I did come here with a list. I have some things that I need to get. So I just want to say that I have shopped at the Mattapan location. I have shopped at the Cambridge location, and I'm happy to be here in Nubian today. As you all know, I represent the Massachusetts 7th, which is majority parts Boston, Cambridge, all of Somerville, Randolph, Everett, Chelsea, and Milton. Diverse, dynamic district, one of the most unequal in the country, and that certainly includes when it comes to disparate outcomes around health, where in a 3-mile radius from Cambridge to Roxbury, life expectancy drops by 30 years. And that's why I've been fortunate to call Congressman McGovern not only a personal hero and a pace setter and a global leader on all issues related to food and hunger and nutrition, but to be my partner in good. We serve on some national advisory councils together, and I believe that hunger is a policy choice. It is a humanitarian crisis, and it is a moral failing, and we can end it. And that is why Congressman McGovern and I did field hearings throughout our district and pushed the White House to have the first summit in 50 years. That initial summit 50 years ago yielded some 1,600 policy recommendations that created WIC and SNAP. And so we called on, under Jim McGovern's leadership, for the White House to do a second summit. And they did do that. It was a powerful convening. And one of the things that I'm most excited about is one of the new goals within that work is to focus on diet-related diseases. And again, because I do represent a district with some of the most disparate health outcomes, that does matter. Around Daily Table specifically, I just want to say how much I appreciate the entire family here. That is what it feels like. It's an incredible community. And thank you for centering dignity and agency and the humanity of every person that comes in here. I remember when I was a young child and I was on the free and reduced school lunch program. Oh, I found myself getting a little choked up, and I felt very self-conscious that I was standing in a different line from everyone else, and so people knew just based upon that what was my family's station in life, and that we were struggling. And so this is an equalizer of an experience, and so just thank you for seeing everyone's humanity, for centering people's dignity and agency. And I do want to share one story from when we were shopping together at the Cambridge location and talking about the USDA change and how that has affected those double up bucks. And we're sharing a story about people who were going to the register to purchase fresh and healthy food, learning about the change and having to put food back. You know, we don't want that. That's such a demoralizing experience. And it's just so important that people, that no one knows the pangs of hunger, and that health is wealth. And so one way that we get at that is by ensuring that everyone can access fresh and healthy food. So thank you, Daily Table. Thank you to everyone. Thank you to our esteemed mayor, our partner, and again, my big brother here, and my partner in a force for good globally on all of these issues. And one of the most humble guys you'll ever meet, but one of the most effective members of Congress, Jim McGovern.
Thank you, thank you. Well, I love Ayanna Pressley. I wish you were my congressperson. That's how much I love her. I am so delighted to be here today because Daily Table is a place of joy, of dignity, of respect, of all the things that we value. And it's really good to be here, especially with all that's going on outside of this place right now, all throughout our country. And I want to thank Ayanna for all that she does in Congress, for her powerful voice. I want to thank Doug Rao for introducing me to Daily Table in 2016 in Dorchester. This is in creating it, an incredible concept. And Sasha, thank you for all that you are doing and your leadership. And I'm honored to be here with Mayor Wu. You know, she mentioned she came to my district. My district goes from like Worcester all the way out west. And we visited a farm in Hadley, a Sikowski farm, and we get to see where the squash that is served to the school children in Boston is grown. And and I really appreciate her leadership on this because I'm a big believer that as we try to combat hunger and food insecurity, we also need to support our local food systems. And that means support our local farmers. And it's good because it's better food for people. It's also good if you care about the environment and climate change like we all do. It's a lot better to ship something from Hadley to Boston than it is from California to Boston or from Mexico to Boston. So in any event, I want to thank everybody here for all that they do. Look, I believe that hunger is a political condition. And the reason why I say that is because we have the food and we have the money and we have the infrastructure and we have all that we need to do to end it. What we have lacked over the years is the political will to actually solve it. Ayanna mentioned the White House conference that happened in 2022, and I was really proud to be with her at that conference. And out of that conference came a strategy of things that we need to do to not only end hunger, but to actually promote better health outcomes in this country, because food is also medicine. And so we need to fight to make sure that those things are implemented. But here's the deal. You know, SNAP is an incredible program, and thank God we have it, but quite frankly, it is not sufficient. I mean, the average SNAP benefit, and by the way, it's been upped in the last few years, is about $2 per person per meal. That is about what the average benefit is. right? And it's clearly not enough to be able to put good food on the table. And that's where programs like GovSNP and the Healthy Incentives program here in the state have come in, giving people kind of the double up bucks. So if they buy food like fresh produce here, fruits, vegetables, all that is incredibly important. And while people in Washington are trying to restrict what you can buy with SNAP because they're cruel, quite frankly, the bottom line is we know that if we can provide a little bit more and we can incentivize people, they will make better choices because they can afford to make better choices. And that's good for them and that's good for their families. And as we gather here today, our colleagues, unfortunately, in the House of Representatives are now trying to pass a farm bill that would cut SNAP by $30 billion. That's billion with a B. I can't imagine anything more cruel than doing that. Food should be viewed as a fundamental human right for every single person in this country and every single person on this planet. And the other thing we need to do is to make sure that our state is living up to its obligations. The Healthy Incentive Program was shortchanged by the state legislature. We need to restore the funding that they cut. And we're working on that right now. There's no way that this benefit should be cut. And there are other things that I can think of cutting before we talk about cutting a food benefit. And then the final thing I'm going to say, and that is about Daily Table, is that everything here looks so incredibly beautiful and fresh. And I love the fact that you understand the realities of individuals who live in this community. And not everybody has time to prepare meals, you know, from scratch when they go home. So these prepared meals, these healthy, beautiful prepared meals that are SNAP eligible, you know, are a godsend for many of the people in this community. And so you are a model that we need to brag about nationally. My only regret is that we don't have any Daily Tables in Worcester. But we're going to work on that, right? We're going to work on that right here. But anyway, I thank you all for being here. I want to thank the staff who are gathered here, who make this place run so efficiently and so wonderfully. And again, I want to also thank our local farmers who have produced so much of what we see here today. So thank you so much.
Thank you, guys. I know that we're not your district, but this is Massachusetts. We are so grateful to be here because, like, look at whose support we have, and that's really incredible. Thank you all for all of the work that you do, for joining Making Hunger History in Massachusetts, for the GovSNP work that you've done, for all of it. I want to just add a couple more things. So we've mentioned, and not all of you heard, but our Double Up Food Bucks, which is half off produce for SNAP shoppers, critical program, really incredible for our customers. Historically, it's been funded in part from the Office of Food Justice in Boston, thank you, and Cambridge, City of Cambridge, as well as the Gus Schumacher grant out of the federal government, out of the USDA. Unfortunately, in September, we did not receive additional government funding, and we've had to suspend that program in our Boston and Salem stores. Luckily in Cambridge, the City of Cambridge is still funding it, so it's still going in Cambridge, and we are in discussions with Boston because they want to do whatever they can to make sure we can restart that program here. But it's absolutely critical to our clients that the Double Up Food Bucks on already low-cost produce is reinstated, and we are doing everything we can to make that happen. When you said people choose what they want, we've had Double Up Food Bucks for years, and in January we removed a limit. And what we've seen since then, SNAP shoppers, people using SNAP, 84% more spent on produce. It's affordability. It's affordability. And so we need to bring that back because people choose what they want to choose. And Daily Table is about choice. And so we need to bring back the tools that enable it to happen. We are incredibly grateful to you guys. The last thing I want to say is Daily Table is a nonprofit. So what that means is 70% of our revenues come from store sales. Every time any one of us shops here, we're supporting the next person shopping here. That's fantastic. That's incredible for a nonprofit to raise 70% of its revenues. But what that also means is 30% does not come from revenues. It comes from the community stepping up to support the community. A lot of that is individual donors, a lot of it is foundations, corporations, and a lot of it is the partnerships we've had with government through these Double Up Food Bucks and other supports the government has given us. It's really important that people understand that getting a healthy community is a community effort. Daily Table cannot do it alone. We do not do it alone. We are incredibly grateful for your support to date, and we really look forward to you helping work with us in the future. This is these are Boston residents, Massachusetts residents, US, right, we're all in. So we've all got to do this together, and we are really grateful for the work that you all have done to date. Thank you all very much for being here today. I just want one announcement for the press before they go, to check in with Laura. If Laura can raise her hand in the back over there, please check in with Laura. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you for the attention you're bringing to this issue and for the work that you're doing. Thank you, Doug, for allowing us to be here today and having this store exist.